All right, let's jump right into one of the greatest American novels ever written. We're going to break down how The Great Gatsby gets started, but we're not just reading it. We're going to be detectives. We're going to piece together the clues and the whispers to solve this central mystery that F. Scott Fitzgerald so masterfully sets up from page one.
You've probably seen this iconic cover. It just screams Roaring Twenties, right? A world of glittering parties, flowing champagne, and unbelievable wealth. But that's just the surface. What's really going on is a story about chasing a dream that's always just out of reach, and the incredible lengths one man will go to try and grab it.
So, with all that glitz and glam, you'd think the book would kick off with some massive party, right? But nope. Fitzgerald starts us off somewhere much quieter, much more personal. He starts with a piece of advice. And that brings us to our narrator, our eyes and ears for this whole story, Nick Carraway. This advice from his dad is absolutely key. It sets him up as the perfect observer, the guy who's been taught to reserve judgment. And because of that, he gets a front row seat to the wild, wealthy, and deeply troubled lives he's about to encounter. So, Nick packs his bags, heads east, and lands in this, well, let's call it a very unique place. A community that's completely split down the middle by money, history, and just pure attitude. Think of it like this. You've got West Egg, which is all new money. It's flashy, it's kind of tacky, like someone won the lottery and immediately bought a gold-plated mansion. This is where our guy, Gatsby, lives. Then, right across the bay, you have East Egg. That's the old money, the established aristocracy. They live in these elegant, tasteful palaces, and they absolutely look down their noses at the noisy, gaudy folks in West Egg. Our first real look into this world isn't at one of Gatsby's crazy parties. It's a much more civilized dinner over in East Egg. We're at the home of Nick's cousin, Daisy, and her husband, Tom Buchanan. And let me tell you, from the moment we walk in, you can just feel that something is seriously wrong. And here's our introduction to Tom Buchanan. Nick doesn't just say he's a big, athletic guy. No, he uses the word cruel. That one word tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? This isn't just some ex-football star. He's an aggressive, arrogant bully who looms over everyone. And then there's Daisy. Wow, this is what she says about her own baby girl. It's such a shocking and cynical thing to say. She's basically admitting that in her world, being smart and aware, especially for a woman, only leads to pain. It's a devastating peek into her own unhappiness. So you've got this glittering, beautiful world of the eggs, but it's built on a dark secret. Between their mansions and the playground of New York City lies this place, the Valley of Ashes. It's a grim, gray industrial dumping ground that the rich just speed through in their fancy cars. It's the perfect symbol of the moral decay that all their glamour is hiding. And this is where Tom's character is laid bare. He literally detours through this wasteland to pick up his mistress, Myrtle. Think about that. The hypocrisy is just staggering. It perfectly shows the carelessness of his class. They just take what they want and leave a mess behind for others to clean up. Okay, let's head back to West Egg because this is where the real mystery begins. See, we don't actually meet Gatsby for a long, long time. What we meet first is the idea of Gatsby, the legend. He's a man built entirely out of rumors and champagne-fueled speculation. I mean, just try to picture it. Every weekend, his house just explodes into the biggest party you've ever seen. We're talking a full orchestra, endless cocktails, hundreds of people. And the wildest part? Almost nobody there has ever met the host. They just show up and treat his home like a public amusement park. So when the host is a total ghost, what happens? People talk. And boy, do they talk. You hear the most insane stories. He killed a man. No, he was a German spy. I heard he's related to royalty. Everyone is just desperately trying to figure out where all this money came from. He's more myth than man. And that's the big question driving this first part of the book, right? Amidst all the noise and chaos, that's the one thing on everyone's mind. Who is this guy, really? And then, almost by accident, it happens. Nick finally meets the man of the hour. But it's not some grand introduction. It's completely random. He strikes up a conversation with a stranger, and, well, it turns out that stranger is Gatsby himself. Now, the first thing Nick notices is his smile.
And this description is just brilliant. It's not just a smile, it's this magnetic force that makes you feel like the most important person in the world. But Nick is also careful. He notes that it's a performance, a perfectly practiced gesture that vanishes as quickly as it appears.
So when Gatsby finally tells his own story, it's something else. He claims he's from a rich family in the Middle West, specifically San Francisco. Nick almost laughs out loud. But then Gatsby starts pulling out proof. A war medal, a photo from Oxford. The story is so over the top, but the evidence makes you wonder, wait, could this actually be true?
But here's the thing. The real story, the key that unlocks the entire mystery, doesn't come from Gatsby at all. It comes from Jordan Baker, Daisy's cynical friend. And she drops a bombshell that explains everything. The mansion, the parties, the whole charade. It's all for a very specific reason.
And here it is. 5 years ago, Gatsby wasn't some mysterious millionaire. He was a poor young soldier, head over heels in love with Daisy Fay, the golden girl of Louisville. The war tore them apart. Pressured by her family, Daisy married the ultra-rich Tom Buchanan. And now, 5 years later, Gatsby has reappeared with a fortune to match. And just like that, boom, everything clicks into place. It's like a puzzle, and the final piece just snapped right in. The mansion, the parties, why he's always staring out at the water. It all has a single, obsessive purpose. It all comes down to this one stunning fact. His entire life, this massive, glittering spectacle was engineered for one reason, to be close to Daisy. The parties were never for the guests. They were a beacon, a signal flare shot into the night, hoping that one day she might just wander in.
For Nick, this revelation changes everything, and his mind immediately flashes back to a strange, quiet moment from his very first night in his new house, something he saw but couldn't understand at the time.
And that's it. That's the heart of the novel. That single green light is at the end of Daisy's dock. Gatsby wasn't just steering into the darkness. He was reaching for her, for the past, for a dream that he has spent 5 years and an entire fortune trying to get back. I mean, the man built an empire to win back the love of his life. It's the ultimate romantic gesture, the very definition of the American dream of remaking yourself. But it leaves us with the biggest question of all. After 5 years, a marriage, and a child, is the Daisy he's chasing even real anymore? Or is he just reaching for a light that represents a past he can never truly get back?